Hello, it's Ian from Apex Doma. Firstly, thank you very much for using Apex Doma for your business. Your business goes a long way. I'm a dad with 2 kids, so it means a massive amount to us to have your business. So I just want to firstly say thank you. So this is a handover video. It's one of a 3-part series. So the first one that I'm doing now is in relationship to the handover documents and what they are, what you need to do with them, and then what to expect next kind of in the handover process, because there's a little bit of the process now that we've finished the actual installation side of things. There's a physical handover of your job to yourself, which is quite labour intensive from our side. So it's just having an understanding of what we're now doing behind the scenes just to manage your expectations. The other 2 videos that you'll need to watch would be beneficial. One of them is regarding SEG payments, so how to register yourself for SEG payments, and a couple of different tariffs that are available that I'd perhaps have a look at and recommend. Again, everybody's a little bit different, but I've done a couple of videos on those, and another video on the mobile app and how the mobile app works as well. So a couple of other videos, they're not included in this one, but if you click the other link, you should be able to have a watch of those. So to start off with, you've probably still got scaffolding at the back of your house. We have a handover process. We use a software called Monday.com that manages these next steps of your process. There's quite a lot of steps to it behind the scenes. So instead of us getting bogged down and not knowing where we are, each section has to be ticked as green in order for us to essentially progress on to the next section. So the first thing we do when we know we've completely installed it's had its final checks, the engineer's happy with it, the first thing that we will do is instruct the scaffolding to come down. We work with a really good local scaffolding company. As you know, it's down the main section that we do subcontract out, so sometimes it can take a little bit of time in order to be able to get those taken down. Typically speaking, it's taken down within a week, I would say wholeheartedly. Unless there's some major problem, then it's just going to be done within a week's time, normally within a couple of days. We really like to give them a good shove and a push in order to be able to get that down out the side of the house. That's first step is the officer going to tell them about scaffolding. The next step will be Workmanship Insurance. So depending on what you've purchased for us and how we've done your package will depend on how long this Workmanship Insurance will last for. Speak to your project manager. It could be myself, could be Adam, could be one of the other guys that will be able to tell you what lengths of insurance, but either way on every single occasion. So you be aware of the deposit insurance. We essentially insure the workmanship that we do. So that insures the parts and the labour that we've done. So in the event that we make a load of bad business decisions and go out of business, your system's completely insurance back. So if you do have any problems, you're not left high and dry from it. So the next thing we're going to do is register for yourself for Workmanship Insurance. We use a company called HIP, H-I-P. So make sure you receive those documents to yourself. They're going to send them direct. They don't come as part of your handover packs. It's the insurance company that does that. From time to time, they might want a little bit of information from yourself, so just double check. If you've not received those, please tell us, because you would normally anticipate those within about 7 days of handover. They're quite quick to come across. We then have a couple of formal documents. So one of them is called an EIC. So that's an electrical installation certification. That covers, if we've done a mains board replacement, that's going to cover that. And it's also going to cover the new circuit that goes to the inverter. These are all important documents you need to essentially save. They all come as part of a handover document we use via better proposals. We ask you to sign as well. But essentially, you're going to need all these documents in the event that you come to sell your property or you come to let your property out. They'll ask you for these documents. Or if you come to register yourself for Smart Export Guarantee, which is the other video, you're going to need some of these documents as well. So an EIC, we do a DC test certificate. So that covers the tests that we've done on your solar array. These are mainly for your own records more than anything. You don't need to hand these to anybody. We do a battery storage checklist, and we do a checklist for the solar PV, just to make sure we've not forgotten everything, where the engineer has to go through a tick sheet to make sure that we've dotted the I's, crossed the T's, and that the installation that we've done is up to suitable standard. If at any point you feel that there's anything off, or if you're not certain about anything, or if there are any problems, do contact our office. Like we're not scared about receiving any feedback. If you feel there are any issues, please tell us. We want to know straight away. It's really important that the sooner we know about a problem, the sooner we can deal about a problem. So please don't shy away. We're super friendly, and it's really nice to know about problems so that we can deal with them really swiftly for you. We then do a building control notification. So we notify the local council of the fact that we've installed this installation. This is done afterwards. So they get notified that you've had a PV array put on the roof. And if we've done a mains board replacement, we tell them that as well. So we've installed on a special location. So we do all that for you as well. So we're notifying the local council. We're then going to fill in an MCS document. So this tells the MCS, the Micro Generation Certification Scheme, that you've had solar panels installed, what the brand and manufacturer of them are. So if you need those for your record, you can have those later. It's also available in the data sheet, and what railing and hook system we've used on your particular roof. Different roofs have different hooks and railing system, what the relevant MCS for those are as well. So that's all going to be included as part of that handover document. So you get an MCS certificate. The MCS certificate is very important. You need that for the SEG payments. We've then got either a G98 or a G99 application. So if your system's 3.6 kilowatts, so if your inverter is 3.6 kilowatts and under, you're covered by G98. So this is where we do an application afterwards. If it's 3.6 kilowatts and over, we do a G99 application. We'll have filled some paperwork in before, and you've already signed some forms if you're doing a G99 application, whereas all the G98 is just done afterwards. It's a simple notification. G98 applications are quite quick to come back. So this is the smaller system, less than 3.6 kilowatts. Normally, Electricity Northwest, within a couple of weeks, they're quite quick to come back. These don't normally form part of your handover that we aim to complete within 10 to 14 days. They can take a bit longer. We've had a couple of other suppliers, Scottish Power being one of them, that just seem to take forever to be able to come back to us. So the main thing is we'll fill the documents on our side, but we are beholden to these electricity suppliers. So please do be patient with us. Again, we've got this process on Monday. So if you ever want to know, monday.com, so if you ever want to know where your stage of your progress is up to, we can give you an update within a couple of minutes. So if we're getting past kind of 10 days and you're wondering at post handover, you finish the installation, you're going, where's these documents? Give us a call, give us a chase. We're happy to do. But for the first 10, 14 days, leave us to it. We'll be busy working. We're busy working away in the background. For the G99 application, we'll have already had a letter of authority up front, and then we submit the documents afterwards. Some of them, I think, a notification called GHC. So this is like Electricity Northwest is the one that's nearest to Wilms, like for example, use Scottish Power. There's a few different energy suppliers. There's about 20 odd of them in the UK. I think they're called GHC. They take forever. They take 45 to 60 days in order to be able to hand it back. So it just depends on who you've got. Electricity Northwest, we've got some great relationships because they're local to us. We know the people there, so we can only give them a bit of a shove. There's other ones that we instruct left off and a little bit hard last miles. Another one that's particularly quite tough to get through to. So we'll be working away at our end. You won't be waiting on us. You'll be waiting on them at their end. So G98 is a bit faster for the small systems. G99 should be a bit more patient with us if that's okay. We've then got SEG payments. I'll go through all of that, but essentially you need your MCS certificate and either that G98 or that G99 application form in order to register yourself for the Smart Export Guarantee. Please just be patient with us. If you've run a G99, it could take a month. Typically speaking, when you register for SEG payments, it then takes a couple of weeks, but I'll go through SEG payments on a separate video. We then do a commissioning handover. We do a load of other things that come with it as well. So you get a full document pack that you're asked to send over, and you're asked to then sign it, send it back. That indicates to us you've handed over. Also gives the micro generation certification scheme and the NIC, EIC permission to come and inspect you, because they do inspect us once a year. So we're inspected once a year by the MCS and we're inspected once a year by the NIC as well. Just the spot checks to make sure that we're doing everything right. So we just ask for your upfront permission that you're okay with them coming over. That document, so we expect to hand this document over essentially within 10 to 14 days. The one other question that some people still have is SMETS meters. So if you've not got a smart meter, you will probably want to think about getting one of those installed as well. So before you hand over, I'd be recommending, if you've not got a smart meter, you're instructing that to do. But that should be everything in terms of the handover document, what you should expect from us and the next step. So essentially you'll get an email package that gets all together. You may well get a notification from the MCS independently. That's quite common. Same with Electricity Northwest. Sometimes they CC you in emails and stuff as well, just so you're aware of it. But don't worry too much about those. We're gonna put it together as a handover document and send those out in line with MCS standards. If you could then sign that and send that back, that would be your MCS handover done. I've also got another little video that I'm going to discuss SEG payments, tariffs, and this online portal system that you've got for GivEnergy as well. So please make sure you watch the next video on SEG payments and tariffs, and please make sure you also watch the video on the mobile app as well that teaches you how to look at all the graphs as well. But other than that, once again, thank you very much for taking the time to do business with Apex Doma. The one question I would ask, if you could take the time to leave a review, it's massive for our ongoing business. It makes a huge difference the amount of business we receive. It makes a difference in the awareness, and when people are comparing and considering other businesses and knowing who to deal with. If there was at any point you have any negative feedback or anything bad at all, please call and ask for me personally. My name is Ian. I own the business with my business partner Adam. So either myself or Adam, call us. I'd love to speak with you because I always look to put any wrongs for sure. But there shouldn't be. Hopefully you're thinking now we're a 5-star business, and if that is the case, please feel free to rave about us online. I greatly appreciate it.